Hello YouTube, it has been a minute or two since I last posted a video. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Alison and I am a senior children's worker for the Urban Family, which is a small charity based in northwest London. And I don't know, I can't quite get lighting right, especially when you wear glasses. It's really difficult, and especially when you don't have proper lighting. So please bear with me. This is my makeshift studio because we decided to go online for another term. And yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks. So let me catch you up very quickly. I decided to take the month of August off. I did make some videos and post them on there, on here on the channel. So there are a few more different games to play on Zoom, but we've decided to do our Kids Club sessions on Zoom. So normally we would be face to face and we'd have some big theme and all our games would centre around that theme. We'd have costumes, we'd have backdrops, and yeah, and our teaching would hopefully go along with it in some way, shape or form. But I decided at the beginning of August that we would continue online this term because the virus in the UK was still very prevalent, and I think that's the right word. And here I am, the 18th of September, that's when I'm making this video. The government is having to bring in tighter restrictions, and so I know that a lot of families don't want to send their kids out, so it just wasn't worth it to us. I will tell you what we did do. So last Saturday we had a big face-to-face meet-up at a local reservoir, and we hid lots of emojis of Kids Club, or bit emojis of Kids Club team members, and we hid them round the reservoir, and families came together in teams and they went out and found them, and we had a scavenger hunt, and that went down a blast. And we used that as an opportunity to give out resource bags for the children. And in the resource bag, they got a copy of this book, and then they got some game activities and some craft activities. So very similar to our holiday club. If you've not seen that video, I will link it, but go back and have a look at that. I go in detail as to what is in our holiday club bags. I'm not going to go into detail here because it's not very interesting. But one thing that I've discovered is that whilst I'm a very crafty person, and I mean that in a good way, I love making things. I really do. I love to sew. Never really have time for these things, but I love to sew. I've been learning to draw during lockdown. I have a silhouette machine, so I love making cards and vinyl. I mean, like, if I can put vinyl on it, I will put vinyl on it. So I love doing crafty things, and I always have done. But I really struggle to know what the ability level is of an 8-year-old child when they are given no more than 12 minutes to do a craft activity. And so I've really been struggling. I have found it very difficult. We don't normally do arts and crafts. We stay well away from it. We've got plenty of other activities to do. But because we're online, I felt that it was something that we had to do. So we've just finished our first session, and I just wanted to kind of catch up with what we've been doing. So today in our first session, we started out. I had a great PowerPoint that crashed within the first few minutes, so I had to reboot that and start again. I had my laptop on, I had my iPad on, and I had my phone all connected to Zoom. So I know that sounds really excessive, but if you do any of these virtual sessions, it's nice to be able to see the PowerPoint clearly and be able to see all the children at the same time. So on my laptop, obviously I have the PowerPoint running, but I have all the children's pictures displayed, and then or faces displayed, and then on my iPad I can see what the PowerPoint is showing, and then I used my phone as a document camera so that anybody that didn't have the book could follow along with us. So that was my setup here in my makeshift studio. Green screen at the back of me so that I can have our logo behind us, just to kind of let the kids feel like they really are with us at Kids Club. So we started off with a 5-minute countdown like we would normally do at Kids Club. We welcomed the children. They were allowed to talk, but we were reminding them they need to put their microphones on mute. They could talk in the chat, though, at that time. And then we wanted them to stop chatting. And we prayed, we told them the rules, and we then shared any post. I only had one piece of post today, but that's okay. So I shared the post, and then I shared the competition. So each week we're going to have a weekly competition, and it's going to be, they win the contents of my jar. So today they've got to guess how many M&Ms are in my jar. So my clue to them was that there's more than 3, but less than 500. So hopefully some kids will get it right and they win the contents, and then next week it'll be something different in my jar. Then we went into breakout rooms. We had 2 breakout rooms, and we had a craft room, and we had a minute to win it game. And so they had all the materials for their craft, and they had all the materials for the game as well. And so it seems that it went well because I've already received pictures of their crafts. We asked them to send photographs, so they've already sent that. This is the activity that we did. And basically, every child had a blank canvas like this and a piece of string, and then you just wrap the string around and you colour in the pattern and then go over with a black marker, or you can leave it white. I did leave it white, but my colouring in wasn't very good, so I used a black marker to make it look better. So that was their craft activity, and it took about 6 minutes to do, so that it was good. We were running late by the time we got to the craft activity. And then in the minute to win it game, they had cotton wool balls, and they had to transfer them blindfolded from one bowl to another using a spoon, so they couldn't feel the cotton wool balls. And one person did it in 11 seconds, so excellent. They did really good. And I think they had about, we had about 25, 26 people in today. And so they had about 11 children in each room. So it wasn't too chaotic, I don't think, waiting for feedback from my team for that. Then we came back into the main room and we heard who the winners were, and we showed off our craft activity. We got the kids to show it up at the screen, and then we sang a song as we would normally do. We had our Bible story, so we're reading from this. The only thing is that at the moment it's chapter by chapter, so it does take a little bit of time. I may need to rethink how we do that. It might be that I get the kids to read some at home on their own, and then the rest we'll read the actual story together. And then after that, I did a very, very quick lesson about Acts chapter 1. We learned our Bible bit, and again I made a video with the actions for that so that they could learn it during the week. It was posted on our Facebook page so that they could learn the actions, and we announced the prize. So once they've done 5 Bible bits, they get chosen because they know 5 Bible bits, and they get it correct, they get to have breakfast with me via Zoom. And quite a lot of them wanted to do that, so I mean that's just a bit crazy. So what we'll do is we'll package up some breakfast for them, so they'll get a box of cereal, they'll get some fruit juice, a yogurt, and a piece of fruit, and a croissant, and we'll make sure that they get that so that they can come and have breakfast with me one Saturday morning via Zoom. So they seemed to be excited. And then we just went over, summarised everything that we had done this evening, and reminded them that the competition entry date and time closure when that was, and we prayed and closed. So we would have liked it if the kids had been able to give us prayer requests, because that we feel is important, and that they could have had more time. So it was a little bit rushed. So all in all, I think it went really well, but we're going to review it next week. We'll see if we can fit everything into the hour that we've allowed. And if we just can't do it, so if it's 2 weeks in a row that we've not managed to do everything in an hour, then we will ask parents if we can just have an extra 15 minutes, because 15 minutes would have made all the difference tonight. And we finished 7 minutes late, but we were really rushed. So if we had that extra 15 minutes, I think that we would be able to achieve everything. And I had initially thought that we would do it for an hour and 15 minutes, but some team members felt that we needed to keep it to an hour. So I don't particularly want to take anything out of the running order. So we'll just see. We'll see what happens next week. And then the week after, we might make some adjustments. But that's what we're doing. That's what our ministry is doing. We have really ramped up our visiting and contacting our parents and kids. And we will be continuing to do that this term. And so each team member has been allocated a certain number of children. Usually they're children that live close by or near work or near their church, so that they've got the opportunity to pop in and visit them when they're out and about. They've got the parents' details to be able to text them and contact them. They've got cards that they can send out, so postcards they can send out. They've got birthday cards to send out to the children on their birthdays. And we just really, really want the children to feel connected and cared for. And we need to be consistent on this. It's not just this week that we're going to do it. It is going to be for the rest of the term. So that is what we're doing ministry-wise. And it's been a pretty stressful week. And so I may make another video just talking about the stresses of the back office of being in children's ministry, because I think people just think it's all about being there with the kids. And so if you're interested in hearing about the jobs that I have to do in the background in order to run the ministry, then please do leave a comment in the comments below. And until next time, I look forward. Okay, until next time, I pray that God blesses you and that you know that you are loved by God. So take care and God bless you and stay safe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.